I will start by saying that it was very clear when I arrived here yesterday that Terminus is a festival of the new order. Celebrating game creation alongside filmmaking, it reflects the current state of the entertainment art, which has evolved far faster than any of us imagined. My dad was a projectionist at the Times Theater in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I saw the process unfold, which was probably even more important in terms of my conjuring or imagining a future where I might have a part someday. Still quite a stretch, but it planted a few important seeds. Because I saw because this was my environment, I started to connect the dots. These industrial age artifacts that I saw, the reels of film, the carbon arc projection in the booth, the smell of machine oil, and last but not least, part of this image that I was getting was my dad's dedication to showmanship, my father's fastidious attention to detail, because these projectors didn't run themselves. That's the romance of my childhood. But today, friends, film is officially over, in my opinion. The late 1990s. A small but very important blip appeared on Hollywood's radar. It was called high-definition television, incorporating 1,080 lines of resolution instead of 480 lines, as was the case with the NTSC system. That was then the standard in the U.S., Canada, and a handful of other misguided countries around the world. The notion of shooting theatrical motion pictures in high def was not taken as seriously, by myself and my colleagues. The photochemical method of shooting and distributing motion pictures was the standard that had evolved since Edison's day. It was revered not only for its aesthetics, but its durability. And even now, we know that images on film, when stored properly, will outlive digital media by a pretty significant margin. Now there are no labs, talking about major mainstream professional laboratories. Film is a rarefied experience that will soon be a memory. But you know what? Movies look better than ever. The choices for filmmakers are almost unlimited, and no cinematographer who put blood, sweat, and tears into every shot will have to go into a local movie theater only to witness a faded and abused release print. And I've been there. And let me say that I think we live in an age of great enlightenment. I think our craft, the craft of cinematography, has never been practiced at a higher level. It used to be that a cinematographer was a magician. Not one single person on that set, except maybe the director, and even that individual not in a technical way, unless they too were a cinematographer, would know. You would finish a day's work and would know or have a darn good idea about what the dailies were going to look like. So you're out doing a night exterior on a long lens, and the lens is wide open. And there's only 3 takes, and the actor did each one differently. Then they go and they have to wrap, go to get on the Learjet. You're the one who lives with whether it was any good or not. On film. Now, digitally, somebody in a video village will blow the whistle on a soft take. But imagine what it was like then. The point is that on film, much was unknown, except by those who knew enough to know it. And even then, people like myself would still feel a little bit queasy about certain sequences, certain shots. We now live in an era where people sleep more soundly at night. If you're the focus puller, you saw it on the big screen, and you probably had a large extra monitor offside the camera, and you were able to tweak. And so the DP saw his or her lighting. Everybody feels pretty darn good. That's the good news. The bad news is that since the big screen exists in Video Village, it has given rise to any number of quasi-experts. People who are now knowledgeable. They're savants. They understand cinematography because they can see it. I want to talk to you about what everyone in this room needs to know, which is this. In a job market that becomes more crowded by the day, you know, being good no longer cuts it. Not good enough. Good is not good enough. You've got to be better than good. You've got to be if you're the DP, you have to be the person with the best ideas in the room. You have the best ones. The best ones. Don't be going out there with some half-assed, you know, well, I think it might work if, but also show enough leadership and enough respect to lead people to what you want to have happen. But you got to be able to say, no, I don't. That's not going to work. We can't do it that way. It's going to take another 15 minutes, but I have to get this extra thing done. They should know that they've hired the right person to shoot the movie. They should know that you know what you're talking about. And they should know that part of why they're paying you the big bucks is to trust you. The great directors, I think, and the great artists will elicit from their partners and the people they're leading. Part of their great leadership is that they will, through either lots of words or few or occasionally lots and usually not many, they will let you know what they're going for. That's what I try to do with my crews. I do not operate like a sphinx, you know, figure in the form with a light meter in my hand on set. I believe that people need to know, and I think if they do know, they'll appreciate what they're doing, not just being treated like ciphers. Almost every day, there are lots of great moments, and at least once a week on every picture, and I've done so many of them, I think to myself, seriously, this is seriously a wonderful place to be. I'm so lucky. So get there.